To be or not to be. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a tag video. You'll have to pardon my hair and outfit because I am a cleaning machine. I took about 20-ish minutes to film this video and get ready for it. So I've got a load of laundry in the dryer, I've got dishes to wash, I've been sweeping, I have been just handling all of the business today. So pardon my appearance. Okay, so we're going to be doing the tag, I think this is called the Contradiction Book Tag. This is an original tag created by Only If for a Page. So I went ahead and looked over the questions. All of my read books are currently packed away because I have a very small bookshelf and I don't have the space for read books on it right now. Once we move and I can have my big glorious bookshelf back, it will be a different story. But for right now, I will just have to, let's see, I'll have to pop some pictures on the screen. Okay, so question number 1, I love this genre but did not like this book. Girl A, and this book is by Abigail Dean. It was supposed to be like a thriller or a mystery, but I was just really uncomfortable the whole time. Essentially, this book is about a family that I think it was I'm pretty sure it was like a social services call where the kids were chained to the beds and stuff. I believe it was based on a true story. If you're interested, I can leave the video where I talked about this book, probably in a wrap-up or something. I'll leave that in the description. This was not my jam at all. This was part of a book series or a video where my son picked the books that I read, and essentially he chose this book for me to read off of my shelf. So we did buy one book off my shelf, and then I think it was 2 in the bookstore. I can't remember, or maybe it was 2 online. Anyways, long story short, he chose this book for me because because my name is Abigail. So that's why I read that book. I also owned it through probably Book of the Month. But yeah, it was just not, I do not recommend that book. Number 2, I rarely read this genre, but I love this book. Ironically, this is also a book from the video where my son picks the books that I read. I think we purchased this one from the store. It is called Once and Future. I rarely ever like science fiction in general. I would classify this as science fiction. This one is by A.R. Capetta, which I believe is a pen name for an author duo. Could be wrong. But anyways, this book was a Once and Future king. So it's King Arthur retelling. But it's set in the future and it's taking place on spaceships and stuff, which I don't do space operas. They're not my thing. Like I can handle Star Wars. I know this is going to be super controversial. I like Star Wars better when I was younger than I do now. And I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Oh my gosh, all my necklaces are all tangled up in there under my, I'm sorry. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt that says it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. So that's the vibe we're going for. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. But anyways, Once and Future was a futuristic sort of soap opera retelling of King Arthur. And I thought I was going to freaking hate this book. My son picked it out for me because he liked the cover. It was really good. It was really good. I ended up reading the second book as well. And like, don't get me wrong, the flaws were there. Like this was not a perfect piece of literature, but for what it was, I ate this up so quickly that I ended up buying the second one before I even finished the first one, and I read it almost back to back. It was a good time. It was a very good time. Number 3, I love this trope, but I didn't like this book. Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. So I have a complicated relationship with Sally Thorne. I love The Hating Game. I actually kind of liked 99% Mine. as much, if not maybe even more. I know that's super controversial, but anyways, when it comes to second first impressions, it was fine. It was fine. It was just fine. So Second First Impressions is a book about a girl who works at a nursing home, which was my total jam because she works and lives at a nursing home because I am an old lady. Like, I know that I don't appear to be old, but I promise you I'm like 128. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 28. But the point is that like she's in bed by 8. Hi. And like I just thought I was going to really identify with this main character. The trope that I love is like the sweet, unassuming girl and the bad boy fall in love. The book didn't do it for me. It wasn't my favorite. It's fine. Number 4 is I hate this trope, but I loved this book. So love might be a little bit of a strong word for The Midnight Library. I liked it. The trope that I'm referring to that I hate is like, alternate universes. I can't keep them straight in my head. So essentially what's happening in the Midnight Library, if you don't know, is this girl, I believe she, trigger warning for suicide, she takes some pills to kill herself, but she ends up going to this place called the Midnight Library, in which she picks up different books off the shelf, and it's essentially different books of what her life could have been like if she took different paths. I really enjoyed this book. I did not love it. I think I gave it I gave it 3 stars. No, did I 3? Yeah, 3 stars. So it wasn't my favorite. I do feel like it took a long time to get through, but I hate that trope. I hate the alternate timeline trope because I literally could not keep them straight if my life depended on it. Even though like each chapter is labeled, my brain is just hardwired to like have everything run in a line. So everything needs to run in a line. Like I don't mind time jumps. If the chapter it says before and after, for example, The Guest List by Lucy, I don't know her last name, but The Guest List. That was a really great book. I loved that book. It had the time jumps, but alternate realities, alternate timelines, I can't handle that because my brain wants to put the alternate timelines in an order as if, excuse me, that was her life. And it just wasn't, that wasn't the thing that was happening. So, number 5, I love this author, but I didn't like this book. Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I have liked or loved every book that Riley Sager has done. I believe I gave this one a 2.5 stars. Survive the Night. It was supposed to be my jam, man. 90s, Nirvana, like sign me all the way up. Unreliable narrator. Thank you, please, thank you. I will have some of that. And it just wasn't for me. I don't know. So like when it comes to Riley Sager books, my coworker ends up reading them with me because we really jive well with, I think, 3 authors and we really like them. Riley Sager is one of them. Neither one of us was sold. Neither one of us was like, yes, please, thank you, more. Hopefully the next book Riley Sager does will be better. Essentially, I believe this book is, she gets in a car with, oh God, you know what? This is the book I read pretty much most recently of all the books I'm going to talk about, and I couldn't give you a single detail from it. But I didn't like it. So moving on. Number 6 is I previously disliked a book by this author, but I love this book. So the books that I previously disliked from Ruth Ware are The Woman in Cabin 10 and In a Dark, Dark Wood. So I have these both rated 4 stars on Goodreads. I do need to drop them down because looking back, the time that I had was just not the best. This is another book that, this is another author that my coworker and I read together. So we did not, I don't remember if she read the other 2, but she definitely read The Turn of the Key. So The Turn of the Key was like, yes, please, thank you, I will have another. And the other 2 ones were like, you know, it's fine. The Turn of the Key is, I believe this one is loosely based off of another, Turn of the Screw. I have not read that book, but Turn of the Key, now sometimes I get two of them confused, so give me a second here. Turn of the Key came out around the same time that Lock Every Door did, so sometimes I kind of intertwine them. So I believe the Turn of the Key is a nanny. Correct me if I'm wrong. A nanny goes to live with these kids and stay in that house. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, number 7. I love this cover, but I didn't like this book. Violet bent backwards over the grass. I love the cover. It's beautiful. It's aesthetically everything. It was a 3-star for me. This is a poetry collection by Lana Del Rey. It was okay. Like, there were some, the thing is when it comes to collections, I feel the need to like evaluate the whole thing, right? There were some poems that were like amazing, and there were most of them that were like, okay, like that happened. So overall it was a 3-star read. There's something like inherently wrong with it. I'm just a picky poem lady. Like, I don't know. But poetry is very subjective. Like, a lot of people can like one particular book, but those same people aren't going to like necessarily the same poem. Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense? Probably not, but this is the road we're going down. I gotta change because I have other videos to film. I should have changed before this one. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Number 8. I don't like this cover, but I love this book. And for this one, I'm going to go with all of the romance books that don't have cartoons on the cover. Cartoons, yes please. Real people in precarious poses that I cannot take out in public because people will know that I'm reading a nasty, nasty smut book. No thank you. And number 9 is Tag. I don't have anybody to tag because it's been so long since I've been on this channel. So if you come across this book, or if you come across this video, you are tagged. That is going to be it for this video. I think that I may be able to just put it up without editing, which is fantastic because oh wait, I have to put all the book covers in. Just kidding. Anyways, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like me and would like to see more from me, please hit subscribe. I'd be so happy to have you. Alright, I hope that you are being safe, wash your hands, taking care of yourselves. Bye guys.